Hey guys, it's Maggie and I am back today. I know it's been a little while and my schedule has been a little irregular on here. I just want you to know I'm struggling a little bit and that's really what's going on, and I'll be sharing in a few videos what's going on. But for today's video, we are going to talk about the results from my recent scopes. I had scopes on December 22nd and I now officially have all of the results. I thought I was going to come into this video without all of them, but when I logged in, I saw that I finally got the result that I was waiting for the most. So I'm going to share all of this with you, as well as pictures, a lovely photo shoot of the inside of my body. I do unfortunately have a giant cold sore on this side of my mouth and a baby one over here. I don't know why, but it decided to pop up to just add to the joy of the last couple of weeks, but it's okay. We're gonna work through it. So like I said, I had scopes a few weeks ago, actually a month ago. Wow, time flies. I had scopes like a month ago and the procedure went really well. I was very thankful. The GI doctor that I had, who is not my actual GI doctor. I actually don't see a doctor. I would prefer to, but at this time I see somebody else within the practice that works with a bunch of GI doctors. But I know this person outside of my hospital. I actually met him at a conference, and yes, very nice guy. Was very thankful because I was nervous before going in. I haven't had an endoscopy in a really long time. I've had multiple ileoscopies and multiple attempted colonoscopies before I had all of that stuff removed. But I hadn't had an endoscopy in a long time to check out my esophagus and my stomach and all that, because they were never really the problem. When I was first diagnosed, I had inflammation literally mouth all the way down, but once things got a little bit more under control, the inflammation in the upper GI system kind of disappeared. That being said, it was time to get a photo shoot of the upper part. So they did do that on that day. The doctor came out beforehand when I was super nervous and explained everything thoroughly, and something that he did that I'm not used to when I go in for scopes. Usually when I go in for scopes, it's a doctor that is not actually my direct doctor, doesn't really deal with my care. He asked me about how I've been feeling and my symptoms and stuff, and so I told him my experience in the fall when I got really sick. And he said, okay, like, let's look at that. We're going to take a good look at that. We'll get biopsies. And I said, yeah, we were talking about it potentially being H. pylori causing all of the issues. And I told him my trouble with trying to get the H. pylori stool test done, because somebody in the office said they sent it to the lab I was going to get it done at, and found out that that didn't happen. And I said, so it never got done because I can only spend so much time on this. And he said, well, let's do biopsies. I said, that would be great. That would be awesome. So he got the biopsies done. And actually that was the result that I've been waiting on, and I didn't think it had come in. Usually I get a notification on my little app thing, the MyChart app, that a new result has come in, and I didn't for this. So when I just logged in to tell you my results of everything else, I saw that it had, so I'll tell you about that. So what I thought I would do, I have all the photos. I have all of the photos for you. So if you would like to see my insides, they are going to be in this video, just warning you. I'm going to start off with my ileoscopy, because my ileoscopy was beautiful, as it most of the time is. I'm going to include the little diagram that they gave to me that shows where each photo is being taken in the system, so that way it'll help you get a better idea of where these photos are being taken within me, and I'll have them pop up on the screen as I'm talking. But the doctor was explaining to me that one of the most common places for inflammation when you have an ileostomy is right at the end, like right around the stoma. You've probably heard of people needing stoma dilations or even a revisal of their stoma because they get inflammation around there and then their output can't come out because there are narrowings there. And I will say, in the past, before I started Humira, I actually did have the tiniest little bit of inflammation right where my stoma was, like right inside of there. So it was caught on MRIs, it was caught on some of my scopes, but once I was put on Humira, thankfully that seemed to get rid of that completely. I don't think that I ever had any symptoms from that. I never had any pain with my stoma, never had any issues with my output not being able to come out. And thankfully for this scope, it was clear. It was beautiful. It was so great. So I'll also read from the actual results from the MyChart app what they say about what they found in my ileoscopy. It says the neoterminal ileum appeared normal to a distance of 40 centimeters from the stoma, so I guess they went in 40 centimeters. Biopsies were taken with a cold forceps for histology. There's no endoscopic evidence of erythema, polyp, stricture, or ulcerations in the entire examined ileum, and the impression was the examined portion of the ileum was normal to a distance of 40 centimeters from the stoma. And then they did do the biopsies like it says in here, and those biopsies came back normal. Yay! Okay, and then I had the endoscopy, or if you want to be scientific here, esophagogastroduodenoscopy. Holy cow, I pronounced that very well. I had that done as well, and same thing as the ileoscopy, I will put photos of my endoscopy along with the diagram showing you where those photos were taken. Mind you, something interesting, and the doctor did bring this up to me when they were in my stomach, and you're going to see it on photos, is that I had a lot of bile in my stomach, which then made me think like, do I have too much bile? Am I just too bilicious? And it's like, that's why I'm getting some of this pain. Who knows? But the doctor said that that was completely normal. I just had never seen that. But then again, I haven't had an endoscopy in a long time. I apparently did clean out very well, so that way they could see everything perfectly. But when you have an ileostomy like I do, clean outs are very easy. They're very easy. I am thankful for that because I remember doing like the Dulcolax and the Miralax and all the fun stuff. There's so many different types of clean outs that you can do, and it not being fun, especially when I had strictures in my colon and really couldn't clean out very well. Anyways, let me read you the findings from the endoscopy here. So, the examined esophagus was normal, the Z-line was regular, and was found 38 centimeters from the incisors. Bilious fluid was found in the gastric fundus and in the gastric body. These are photos that I hopefully will have popping up on screen for you now. The entire examined stomach was normal. Biopsies were taken with a cold forceps for H. pylori testing. The duodenal bulb and second portion of the duodenum were normal. Biopsies were taken with a cold forceps for histology. And I won't read out this whole thing, but basically it says normal, 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 you're normal. Which is great, I mean, a little discouraging because I definitely had some severe pain going on, but normal. So there you go. The biopsies that I had done for the endoscopy, as far as I know, came back almost completely normal. The only thing that was found was in the gastric biopsy, gastric mucosal biopsies with minimal few chronic inflammatory cells present. I don't know if that means like maybe there was inflammation from the fall that had now healed and they were kind of just like left over, or what. Could be related to my stomach pain, but it didn't seem like there were many, so not a big deal. And finally, okay, I have been waiting for this result. I did share that I was trying to get the H. pylori test and was just struggling to get that done, and I did explain that to the doctor that did my scopes, and he was like, you know, just keep calling and asking for it, like be nice about it, but just keep bugging them to get the order faxed over if you need stuff like that done. I'm like, that is easier said than done, because I have called in the past to the front desk, and I would say out of all of my experiences, the front desk people in these offices are the least nice. So, yes, it's like you just want to get your test done. Just like, let me get my test done with the least amount of hassle, please. And this is another thing. I messaged the nurse asking about the H. pylori results, I think around the 18th or 19th of January, which was almost a month after I had the biopsies taken during the scope. And I asked about the results, and she was very short with me and just said, they're still pending. Well, according to this, they resulted on the 10th, like a week prior. She said they were pending, and I also asked if I could switch to this particular doctor, and she just very shortly said, no, he's not taking any new patients. And I'm like, okay, well, don't I get any choice in who I see? I know pretty quickly who I mesh well with, I guess. Like, I think it's a partnership with the patient and doctor. And I just wasn't super impressed with who I had to switch to, because I'm somebody who needs to be asked questions, even though I'm a nurse. It's hard for me to give all the information about my health. I try, but I need to be asked questions, and I just wasn't. So I don't know. But they said no. So now I'm like, okay, is there a wait list? Like, you're just not gonna give me any more information? Whatever. Anyway, long story short, the H. pylori results came back negative. So, guess this is not H. pylori, which I felt like I knew, but was hoping it was H. pylori. But it's just discouraging, because I look back at the last like 10, 12 years of my disease, like basically since I got my ostomy. Other than my colon and rectum, my GI symptoms have been minimal. I've had little tiffs here and there of problems. And when I'm talking about problems, like with my small intestine, because for the most part, my small intestine has been healthy, my stomach's been healthy. The real problem is always my colon and rectum, and, obviously I had to get them taken care of. It has been an extremely long time, like over a decade, since I have been fearful to eat, and had to be so extremely careful to eat. And my, like, output from my ostomy has been so, just erratic. And I don't know. And then this fall, so I'm just like sad. I mean, we're like seeing our friend in a few days, and we're gonna go out to a couple of restaurants, and I'm I'm having to tell Zach and our friend, like, we can't go. I'm not gonna go to a Mexican restaurant because I'm afraid of that type of food right now because of what I experienced this past weekend, and I'll explain that in an upcoming video. But it's been a long time since things have acted this way. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I had a little bit of a struggle I guess it was this past weekend, little bit of a struggle. I was vomiting my brains out. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm gonna update you on YouTube. I know that I haven't, but truly, when I disappear for periods of time, it's because I'm struggling, and I'll leave it there. I'm gonna update you. Just having a hard time, and it's very hard for me to film when I am, like, A, not doing well physically, but also B, not doing well mentally. So, trying my best, because YouTube is so therapeutic to me, like extremely therapeutic. And your support, which I like don't even understand why you guys support me, but I'm really grateful for it. I like truly am. I'm so thankful. Anyways, guys, sorry that this took me 300 years to update you with my stupid scope results. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you hopefully soon. Bye, guys.